When you combine a V8, rear-wheel drive, and 2 doors, you automatically think Camaro, Mustang, AMG, maybe an older M3. It's usually the Americans and Germans that make powerful coupes, but not today. Straight from Mount Fuji is this Lexus muscle car that no other Japanese automaker comes close to matching. This is the 2019 RC F. When a Mercedes-AMG is too expensive and a Mustang too lowbrow, the RC F steps in. It's the only luxury coupe starting under 65 grand that puts a big, loud, and proud V8 under the hood. Let's hit it. The RC F goes where the regular RC 300 and RC 350 dare not tread. It has larger intakes for the oil coolers, a domed hood vent to extract heat from the massive engine, more lower intakes to cool these big Brembo brakes, and a flared fender vent to reduce turbulence in the wheel wells. It's wider and lower. The Michelin summer tires are staggered. The exhaust tips are stacked. And there's a deployable spoiler to alert the Sierra Club that your Lexus just melted another glacier. This isn't a beautiful car like the Jaguar F-Type. It's not really trying to be. The RC F is ferocious. Its chunky, square-shouldered body looks best on a track, and Lexus races a GT3 version of this car in the IMSA series, so it can get out all that anger on the track. But the street version is still really aggressive. Let's look at the way this headlight assembly is, and the whole front bumper. There's a whole series of convex and concave surfaces. It's practically attacking my eyeballs. On the street, in infrared with neon orange brake calipers, a black carbon fiber roof, and white leather bucket seats, it looks sensational. While the RC F debuted for 2015, you still don't see many. That's not surprising given that the 4-cylinder RC 300 and 6-cylinder RC 350 start in the 40s. The 2019 RC F starts at $64,750. My test car is fully loaded for $82,463, including a $1,025 destination fee. You can lose the carbon fiber roof and spoiler and the torque vectoring differential to save $5,500. But you'll want the Mark Levinson stereo, these 20-spoke BBS rims, and the LED headlights that can strobe the high beams like a cop car. We'd recommend an RC F at 75 grand. Now Lexus just refreshed the RC F for 2020, so if you're curious about those changes, click on the link below. The whole point of buying a Lexus with the letter F is this: a 5-liter V8 with 467 horsepower and 389 pound-feet of torque. It's naturally aspirated. And, more important for you speed freaks, it's not a Turbo 4 or a V6. That's a rare thing these days. Titanium valves let the engine rev to 7,300 RPM. Now the exhaust isn't that loud. The intake? Stand back. Pretty darn good. Reminder, the RC F is rear-wheel drive, so if you start playing around with these drive modes, you better know how to catch a slide. Ordinarily, the RC F is quiet and plush. After all, it's a Lexus. In Sport mode, the 8-speed automatic transmission wakes up. In Sport Plus, the adaptive dampers firm up and the steering tightens. Turn off traction control and you're in Expert mode. While powering around a turn, the car's computers will cut the engine and apply the brakes only at the last minute because it assumes you know what you're doing, and I don't. But you don't need to be a pro driver to have some good, clean fun. The RC F is very stable with hardly any body roll, yet it doesn't hurt its ride. The brakes are firm and strong, and the standard limited slip differential will power you out of turns. The optional torque vectoring differential can send more of that power to a single wheel more quickly. It even comes with slalom and track modes that I'm not about to try here in downtown Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Don't be fooled, its capability is very real. I don't love everything about it, and that's because I've driven the LC500. That car shares the same engine, but in the LC500 it feels a lot less restricted. In this car, it feels muffled below 4,000 RPM. The 8-speed automatic can be a bit slow to react, and it won't upshift using the paddle unless you're in full manual mode. I've never seen that. The steering, not as responsive as the LC500. Now I've driven the first 2015 RC F, and again with this 2019, it feels like it's holding back something. Lexus made a host of mechanical changes for the 2020 RC F, including optional rear-wheel steering, so that's supposed to improve the connection with the driver. Still, no matter which model year you choose, you're going to blow by everyone in this car. Fuel economy is EPA rated at 16 miles per gallon city, 25 highway, and 19 combined. I've been averaging a little over 19. That's the cost to be the boss. The RC F's leather, micro suede, and carbon fiber perfectly complement the white and blue stitching on the gear shift and steering wheel. Even the center stack has two contrasting strips of leather running down the sides. The bucket seats are comfortable and very supportive. The rest of the dash and the tops of the doors are plain. They're not leather or leatherette, and the lower portions are hard plastic. That's because the RC F is based on the IS sedan, which sells for a lot less money. I expect better from Lexus at this price. The 2019 model brings an optional 10.3-inch infotainment screen you'll want, even though it's controlled with this trackpad. Easy to use? No. It is easy to misplace where you're tapping or where the mouse cursor will end up, and it's even harder to use with Apple CarPlay. Android Auto is not offered. The interface itself is aging, as are the maps, but the voice recognition is quick and accurate, and the heated and ventilated seats are actual buttons, unlike in the LC500. And the Mark Levinson stereo places 17 speakers in this tiny space. It's nothing short of incredible. The standard lane keep assist can only nudge the RC F back in place, not actively steer. It's standard, along with adaptive cruise and forward emergency braking. The instrument panel is top class. The center tack changes design depending on which driving mode you selected, and it will alert you when the needle approaches redline. The left screen can show info about the car's differential, the gear, G-forces, even lap times. I don't think I've seen a smaller speedometer in my life, and since the tack display is so large, I don't even look at it. But like an analog watch, it's a piece of jewelry and a well-appointed interior. The back seat is for display only. I am not sitting back there. Okay, I am sitting back here, but not by choice. Please, don't film me getting out of here. You're not gonna do that, right? All right, I'm escaping. Where's this? Here we go, rain. The back seats don't fold. There's only a pass-through for skis. About 10 cubic feet is all the space you'll have, so pack light. The 2019 Lexus RC F doesn't make me want to trade in my F-Type. I really considered buying one because it's a great value for a luxury performance coupe. The V8 is brilliant, the handling is great, and it's very comfortable. Even at 80 grand, it still costs less than a Mercedes AMG C63, BMW M4, or any number of cars with similar options. And just look at it, it's pretty hot. But there's a problem. The Lexus LC500 is such a better car to drive and sit in. If you're seriously considering a loaded RC F like this one, you owe it to yourself to test drive a used LC500. For more details, check out my full review at CarGurus.com and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.